Hello everyone, and welcome to my corner of the internet. So it's October again, and that means that it's time for Inktober or Drawtober. I know that there was some drama with the official Inktober tag last year, so instead of using the official prompt list, I used this 31-day creative challenge that was actually intended for photography, but it works just fine for drawing. The first prompt was an image of nature. I went with an image of some mountains, just as a warm-up for some shading techniques. You can see that I combined hatching and stippling, which was fun. I couldn't figure out what to put in the sky. I was terrified that I was going to mess it up, but I also didn't want to leave it as a white void, so I added a few birds flying. Number 2 was a smell, which honestly is a pretty hard prompt because, well, it's easy to represent, say, a texture in a drawing. How do you represent a smell? I finally went with a rose because, well, I wanted to draw a flower, and I think everyone knows what a rose smells like. I know a lot of people that actually hate the smell of roses, but I don't understand that because I think that they smell really good. I was trying to figure out how I was going to shade the drawing in pen, and I couldn't think of a way that was going to look good, so I caved and I used some gray markers. The only parameters I set for myself with this challenge was that I had to draw everything traditionally and in ink, and I guess that this counts. Number 3 was a silhouette. My first thought was to draw a cameo brooch, like this one of Andrew Jackson, but as you can see, those aren't really silhouettes. I knew there was something else I was thinking about, but I couldn't figure out what it was called, so I did a couple minutes of research, and I found out that I was thinking about these things called silhouettes, which basically are representations of the silhouette of a person's face and profile. They were pretty popular in the 18th century. I had someone take a picture of my face from the side and I tried to redraw it, and what it taught me was that my typical hairstyle looks really boring in silhouette. The fourth prompt was an image that represents America, and in parentheses, patriotic. A few years ago, I was on a driving trip and I saw this barn that was painted in the same patterns as the American flag. It was actually very cool looking and very patriotic. Number 5 was actually sunflower, but I messed up and did number 8 instead, which was something black and white, which I thought was kind of ridiculous since all my drawings have been black and white so far. That's kind of the point of the challenge, from what I know. But I guess that's what you get when you don't use the official prompt list. I tried to think of black and white things, but I couldn't come up with anything that wasn't a newspaper or an equine, which I'm really glad I didn't end up doing because that would have made my life harder for the next 2 days. Finally, I had a friend who shares my love of historical costuming suggest that I draw saddle shoes, which are often made of black and white leather. This ended up being absolutely perfect. I love saddle shoes. When I was younger, I had a pair that I wore every single day until they were completely worn out, so this is like a little tribute to those shoes. Number 6 was an animal. I drew a horse. This isn't my favorite one. The anatomy looks a bit questionable. The head and neck look too small, and the stippling is not really my best work, but I tried. For number 7, the prompt was a creative self-portrait. A few months ago, I was randomly doodling while I was talking to someone on the phone, and the only thing within my reach to draw on was a newspaper. I ended up really liking the result, so I thought that I would try it again with my own self-portrait. And again, I do think that it looks cool to have a drawing on top of words. It kind of hides all your mistakes and makes it look nice. Anyway, that concludes my first week of Inktober. Of course, we are 2 weeks into October, but I got behind on the schedule because of German American Day last week, so I'll be coming out with another video with the rest of my drawings soon. Anyway, thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.